Fit like Abdi, Danny Boy here. Welcome back to more Transport Fever at the races. Our final race of the championship for round 8. Race number 6. It's time for the electrics to run the course with a bit of weight behind them. See how they get on. As always, they are ready to rock and roll. So without further ado, we shall get started. And away they go. USA train taking the lead early there. The last race was a battle to the death between our German and Norwegian trains. The German train just won out by basically a hair's length. It was a hair's breadth. It was so close. Will it win out again? Maybe. It's a pretty decent all-round train, whether it's on its own or it's got a consist behind it. But here they go. Our American train looks to be doing much better. Now we do know that these two tracks on the left hand side ain't that great. Right, so they're going to be heading up round again. Our German train looks to be in the lead now. Our Russian train is creeping up. Now the Russian train finished last in the first race, so hopefully it'll do better this time around. It looks like it is. It is technically in third. Could be second. Let's jump on board with the American train and get a look. The Norwegian train is just up there. French train is sort of falling behind, so is our Spanish train. It's way behind. The German train is taking off. Our Lufthansa Express is making a run for it. Making a break. Away it goes. Past this. This is a goods factory. It's a construction materials plant. At level 1. So tiny. Can I... Nope, was just curious, just checking something. So, this is the second last race. We'll have the bonus race next. That'll be the last race for this track here in France. I did decide I'm going to do the last two. We are going to go up to 10 rounds for this season, so there will be 2 more venues after this. But the championships, I believe, are set in stone. I do believe that our steam train winner has probably been decided. Same with our electric and diesel. Probably the diesel, definitely, because the Chinese train sort of destroys all, whether it's on its own or it's got weight behind it. I was thinking about changing up the races for the last 2 rounds though, so we'll have to wait and see what I can come up with. It was suggested by... I can't remember. Someone did suggest that I should put stations sort of intersect at points around the track, so the trains would have to stop. Now I'm not sure if that would affect them. Maybe the ones with sort of better acceleration and not so good top speed, it might give them a chance to catch up on other trains that are in front of them. But I'd have to actually test it out and try it. So that could be something new. I was thinking about adding 10 of these Westrail West fleets to the back to see how they get on with sort of a much sort of heavier consist, to see if that would affect the results in any way. We'll maybe do that in the last race. I was also going to have them carry freight cars, sort of really heavy freight cars, but we shall see. We've sort of neglected everyone else here. We've just got the German train and USA train open, although our Russian train is in third. Oh, hello car. Ruben Jackson in his Volkswagen Bora. Is that a Bora? It could be a Vauxhall Astra. Are you also an Astra man? Jensen, Kelly? That's an old school Volvo. Can't remember. That's another Bora. Is this? Are you a Bora? Is it an Astra? I think it's an Astra. Looks like an Astra. A lot of Astras. Anywho, Ruben Jackson, go away. Right, back on board. Oh no. Because I spent ages looking at stupid cars. Our Russian train is actually in second. Who is in fourth? I'm going to say the Norwegian train for the moment. Although the French train is there and the Spanish train is starting to come back, which is pretty decent. Our German train is away. Now the Norwegian train was the only train in contention really with the German train, so it needs these points. And the fact that it's sitting here now in last position does not bode well for it. Is it in last? Yes, I would say it is in last. I would say the Spanish train is now in fourth, and our French train right here is in fifth. This may be another photo finish between these three. Now there is a dud section of track coming up though, where the American train and Spanish train might suffer, or they might not. We have seen it before in all the other previous races. We'll have to see if it affects them. I do believe it does affect them on the return leg as well. Our Norwegian train is now way behind. He needs to get some speed up. Looks like our USA train has sort of slinked out in front of the Russian train. Now Russia needs some much needed points after finishing last in the previous race. They are going into a tunnel. We'll jump on board with our Lufthansa Express when he appears from the other side. It's a punch up for second between Russia and the USA. Where are we? Okay, we're heading down towards Strasbourg. Okay, I do believe that dodgy section of track for the Spanish train and USA train is coming up. I have inspected it using track speed limits, and it looks fine. It's the same as the rest. I don't know why they sort of slow down there. It's just another thing to add to those transport fever mysteries that we encounter on a daily basis. Why do some things do this, the things they do? Who knows? Right, Spanish train, how are you getting on? You are in fourth, well done. You needed some more points as well. French train's actually doing okay. When I say okay, it's not last. Looks like the USA train took a dive there. Just slowing down for the corner. There we go. There it is. Spanish train, hello. You dropped down to 70. Or 67. Looks like the American train came down as well. So there is a definite issue with those two tracks. Is it fair on the trains that have run on those tracks? Probably not. Would it have affected the outcome? Probably. I dare say though, if this German train was on one of these two tracks, it still would have finished first, I would imagine. It's pretty overpowered. Right, Spanish train is now in last. USA train is definitely not in second. Looks like our Russian train is second. Our Norwegian train is now second. Is it in second? Can't see. Stupid tunnel. French train is in second, third, fourth. Okay. French train in second. Norway in third. Russia in fourth. USA is in fifth, and Spain are in last. Here they come out of the tunnel now. Yep. Definitely quite a lot of places just changed there. Absolutely. Our Spanish train is definitely down and out. The American train might be able to claw something back. Although I don't think so. I think the Russian train is actually a whole train length in front. Our German train is getting up to top speed though. It's up to 124. Should hit 125 as it comes over the bridge here. Unless it has to slow down. Yep, slowing down. They are approaching the finish line though. The Norwegian train is trying to pass the French train for second place. It'd be interesting to see if the French train can hang on. Norwegian train is slightly faster. Our German train is approaching the finish line momentarily. There are the rest in the background. So first place for our Lufthansa Express. Pretty unstoppable, this train. Yep. Through he goes. First place for him. Let's stay right here in case we need another photo finish. And this may be one out. Nope. Norway just sneaking through there. So change that, please. That there. France in third, Russia in fourth, America in fifth. He wasn't actually too far behind the Russian train there. And our Spanish train crossing the line now. A few more seconds, I think the French train would have had that Norwegian train. I do believe. Russian train's actually stopped. How did you get into the station so fast? Stop the USA train. Stop the Spanish train. So there we have it. A win again for Germany. Norway just scraping a second place right at the end there. France in third. That was pretty good. And unfortunately they encountered the horror that is using these two tracks here. But we'll go to the point screen and we'll go to the championship point screen and see how they fared after round 8. So after race 2, the Germans again scraping the win just there. The Norwegians were right there in second. France on their home turf though, they got third again, so that's some much needed points for them. Russia in fourth. Unfortunately our USA and Spain train were hindered by that glitch. I am going to try and fix the... I have deleted the track where the issue is several times and replaced it. I might have to delete all the tracks and rerun it again in that sort of area to get it to work. But I'll try and get it fixed for the next race. And hopefully there will be no issues. Even though the next race is the last race. But we'll see. I might just leave it. We'll see how it goes. But they were hindered, so USA and Spain not doing so well there. Now we'll head to the championship table though and see how they go on. So here is the championship table after round 8. For the electrics, our Germans are way up in front with 80 points. Our Norwegians are second with 64. So don't know if they'll be able to come back or no. USA is quite close. They've got 56. And Spain, Russia and France, they are all grouped quite neatly together. France getting the points there they needed to sort of catch up with the other two. And we'll see if France can take Russia or Spain. Or whether Spain or Russia can maybe beat the Americans. But we'll have to wait and see. There are 2 races left. But that's been it for the competitive races of round 8. So as always, if you did watch this and you'd like to leave a like, comment or dislike, please feel free to do so. And if there is more you would like to see in the future, then hit that subscribe button. But I've been Danny Boy, it's been Transport Fever at the races here in France, and I will catch you later.